How the fuck?
Perfect.
How the fuck does that happen?
That is so good.
Let me see it again. Hold on.
Mm.
Can you give me something out of the furnace real quick?
I gotta put this.
You gotta heat it up. All right. So ridiculous.
Why?
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, welcome back to another fun-filled episode of 2Noobs2Boobs with 2 boobs and the noob and the other noob. We got fingers pointing. We're still trying to figure it out. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, hit that little notification bell so you know when we go and post. But I'll tell you when we do it. It's usually every Saturday, some point, maybe Sunday, depending on when I post it. But anywho, oh yeah, I gotta do this. Gotta hit the link, right? We were pointing. There we go. All right, cool. We got it. All right, so how you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Hey.
I am nursing a hangover, but I'm all right.
What is your go-to nursing of the hangovers?
I usually get like a Western omelet and
Oh,
then
yeah.
like black coffee, hot black coffee,
Mm-hmm.
and a Diet Coke. And like, because the Diet Coke takes care of the nausea because of the bubbles
Bubbles.
and a little hint of caffeine, and then
Okay.
like black coffee, obviously, and then like Western omelet, and I add like bacon and other things to it, so like the salt, delicious,
Nice.
and obviously the toast you get with it.
Do you order it or do you make it?
Does it look like I'm hungry? I have enough energy to make a whole Western omelet. Obviously, I order it.
Well,
Like-
that is true. Where do you order it from? Is it a family joint or is it like Denny's or IHOP or what?
No, I mean, you could, but there's like a diner here, like
Oh.
nearby, and I just Uber Eats it
Nice.
from there.
Yeah. What about you, Joe? Do you have a nice little nursing routine that you do when you have a hangover?
Yeah, some kind of greasy food, or
Yeah.
just try to eat immediately.
Yeah, you gotta get that
Right.
bread. You gotta have some bread.
Mm.
Soak it up. A nice cheeseburger. But mine is a grilled cheese and egg sandwich.
Is it all in one thing, or
Mm.
honestly, yeah, that's
Yes.
it. Is it? Do you have bread or is it bagel? Like, how
Bread.
do you do it?
It's a bread.
Yeah,
It's
That's
so
bread, yeah.
bread, and then I'll make the egg like either like hard or whatever,
Mhm.
or make it like a like you're doing an omelet, and then you kind of flip it, or it's like kind of like a bed sheet, and then I'll
Mhm.
put it in there
Yeah.
with the cheese, and then I flip it over, get it all nice and golden on each side of the bread, and this deliciousness on bread,
Mhm.
and it just soaks that alcohol right up. And then you gotta drink
Mhm.
tons of water. You can't forget about your agua.
Agua.
Yeah. Agua. You have to stay hydrated.
Yeah, you have to say it. Joe, did you get a haircut?
I did.
You look good.
Ooh. Okay.
Update. I did go back to the same place I went before.
Same barber.
But this time I went to my usual gal,
Okay.
and I was like, she combed out the front,
Mm-hmm.
and because I told her, I was like, yeah, I rolled the dice last time, didn't really like what happened. I'm so glad to come back to you. So she combed it out. She's like, did you like do any cutting yourself? I was like, no, not really. And she's like, hold on, I need to go see who cut your hair. So she like walked away, went to the machine, came back. She's like, yeah, he's not here anymore.
Oh wow.
No way.
He's at a different location.
Wow.
So he's still within the company.
They
But not
moved
there.
him because I'm sure you weren't the first one to get hair that was wild afterwards.
She didn't say why, but like I was like, his fade was phenomenal. But she's like, yeah, he did not know how to use scissors. Most barber schools don't focus on scissor work.
Yeah. What?
Oh, is
Why
it more-
wouldn't they
more of
focus
a-
on scissor work?
Well, I mean, because they're doing all like the fade stuff,
Mhm.
and they're just
But like
It's
when
a
you
matter
like
of changing the teeth.
when you get the comb, and then they're like,
they don't do that because she's just like straight up, just like there are no layers in this.
Really?
Because I'm like, yeah, and he didn't know how to style it either. And she's like, well, he can't style something without layers. I was like,
I always like watching it, you know, when they're like, they get the hair wet and then they'll comb it out and then they put their fingers and like the hairs are all right there and they're like, it's like that. Like, is that skill gone?
it's definitely more focused on in your cosmetology school.
Really?
Because they're more of a styling.
Yeah, they're just slapping out barbers out of the barber college. Just get out there with your clippers and go to it, huh?
Pretty much.
You'll learn more at Supercuts than you will here.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe
that's where he needs to go.
I follow a lot of hairstylists and other such people like on TikTok, and they talk about like kind of in agreement with you, Jason, for once, that they just like pump you out of hair school and then you're supposed to like learn on the job, like at whatever salon you end up at.
Right.
I feel like it's almost like
hours to graduate. There's another hours that you have to do in like your first couple of years.
Exactly.
Yep. So it's like, why am I paying you to do all this and you're not going to teach me everything?
Yeah.
What's going on?
But I feel like that's with everything now.
Yeah, if you go to a good school, like if you're going to like an Aveda salon or like they teach their people how to really do stuff. Because like there's upscale locations, like talking to them, like when I was in Florida, I went to Aveda salon and I somehow managed to bag the manager, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm always teaching everybody like new tricks, techniques, and keeping everything up." But like some places don't do that.
What is bagging the manager?
Like when you get like
teabagging
Supreme, they know how to do the best haircut. So like,
oh, so I got you.
This is what teabagging is to me.
Nicole's like, okay, so the manager always cut your hair, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right, cool.
Actually, that's been the last couple of places. They're like, yeah, I'm the manager. Like, oh shit.
Honestly, I do the same thing with my nails because I like, you know, and they're not anything like special. They're just almond shaped, but I always go to the manager and I always make I'm go in for one appointment and come out with the next appointment. Like I do the same thing. Just go straight to the manager.
They should have like walnut shaped nails.
I think that look like testicles.
They have the duck. What is it? The duck nails.
The duck nails.
Yeah.
They're shaped like this.
What?
Ugly.
So weird.
Wait, it comes out like
they're
bows out.
Triangular. Like you see duck feet.
Yeah. Ew. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too much. Like, how do you do anything?
I mean, you don't need toilet paper when you do this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, because you got scoopers.
Oh, look at that. That looks like teeth.
Yeah, it does. It's like big ass horse teeth.
Look how cute mine are. So cute.
Yeah, see, that's a good shape. Like
classy. I love this shape.
I just don't understand. Like when you see like these long, crazy nails, like that one right there that you got to focus on.
You can't put your fingers together.
No.
You're gonna be clickety-clacking.
How do you do anything?
Plus that color choice is so bad. It looks like it's the nail bed.
I feel like that shit would get caught on stuff too.
Yes, your butt hair.
Your butt hair.
like little ducks.
Ooh, you know what we should do? This is what we're gonna do, right?
What?
We're gonna have, and I've seen this done a million times on YouTube.
Money.
You guys should get your nails done, get tips put on, and then figure out how to live life.
Okay,
just to see what it's like.
I'm good.
On for me.
How about duck toenails? I'll get those.
Bro, look! Oh my god! Look at these freaking raptors over here. Look at that. Why?
My ex had like nails like that, and one time I think I did put them on my feet because I'm like, this is ridiculous.
It is crazy. People do some crazy shit.
It's called fashion. It's art. I want to look like this lady out in the
Oh god! Can you in the club just dragging those nails on the ground? You know, like
Like open-toed shoes, and it's just
Yeah,
It comes in like Jurassic Park.
just for
For you audio listeners,
yeah.
look up disgusting ass feet. That's art, bro. It's art.
Yeah, for the audio
terrible.
listeners, make sure you just go to YouTube and look up duck toenails or duck fingernails. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Extreme duck feet nails.
Extreme duck feet nails. Yeah,
TBG.
there you
go. Wow.
we'll have to post a link for this one. They're like big ass seashells. Almost. That's crazy. They're like mushroom shaped on there. Look at it.
Gross.
There's just no way. I don't understand the point of it. And then you got that nasty looking duck right there.
This guy?
Yeah.
He needs some skincare.
I don't know why do those ducks have that? Because you have the pretty ducks like the mallards, but then you got these ugly ass ducks. Like,
hey, all ducks are created equally.
Well, God hates them. That's why.
I mean, look at it. They got like duck herpes on their face.
Better than anywhere else.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Anyways, it is gross.
This reminds me, like I watched a really good conspiracy theory video the other day, and I was like, this reminds me of like the skincare, like children doing skincare. Nicole, when did you start doing skincare?
Bad acne as a kid, so probably like around 16, 17.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little earlier, but I did have pretty bad acne.
Kids are starting to get skincare at like 12, 13, and it's apparently like messing up their skin because it's made for adults, and
it's messing up their dermal.
My friends and I talk about this all the time. Yeah. That like they're using like anti-aging creams and things that I use, but I'm 34, so like, but they're 10, 11, 12 years old. Like it's too harsh on your tiny little baby skin. Like you don't need any of that. All you need is a good toner, maybe a little like foundation, right? And a little bit, maybe some like anti-acne situation. And that's it. Because the stuff that I use, that like, and it also depends on your skin, like what your skin type is. I have combinations. So that means I've got oily and dry patches sometimes. So it's mostly my forehead's really oily and my cheeks are dry. So that's combination. Sometimes you're oily, sometimes you're dry. Mm-hmm. There's certain things you can use to improve your skin when it comes to like skincare, like your cleansers and your under eye and your moisturizers and your serums and stuff. But these 12, 11, 13-year-olds are using anti-aging, oily, dry stuff. Like they don't know what their skin type is. I didn't find out what my skin type was until I was what? Maybe like 20. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I mean, because you're still growing and going through all your hormonal changes and shit as a human, right? So your body and testosterone and the other version. I can't remember the name.
Puberty was wild.
Yeah.
And then you end up having to get like Accutane to like clear up your face.
By the way, don't use that like for because like
it could cause like kidney or some damage. But I had friends who did use it and cleared their face right up. But like, at what cost?
Yeah,
right. I know it's like organ something, but also it dries the shit out of your skin.
Yeah. So what did they say in this conspiracy theory besides that they're real young and
so these little kids, they're on TikTok all the time and they see these influencers doing their skincare routine, selling them products, and they go to the store and they're like, I need this and that.
This and that, right.
And like it's funny, like the video they show them and they're like, okay, it's like whatever face spray. They're like, why do you need this? Because like I spray it like this. I go like this. They're like, why? What does it do? And she's like, I don't know.
Like, can I tell you, the other thing of it too is the skincare, the price of the skincare that they're trying to use, I wouldn't even buy it. And I make my salary, like, because it's too much money. I'm thinking
which is
too much money.
Which is your salary?
Which is too much. I wouldn't be caught dead spending. I might actually, who am I kidding? But like, it's also, I know how to, like, what my skin type is. It makes sense for me to spend that money. If you have no idea what your skin's doing, it doesn't make sense to spend $150 on a night cream.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
So what are they saying that is the long-term effects from it?
So it's like changing their faces, aging their faces, because you're putting like acids and stuff on there.
Right.
You got a bunch of Benjamin Buttons running around and shit.
Yeah, so basically they're looking older than they should. And it's not even like anything that's like helping, right? Because like you're getting the blue screen face younger, so they're aging their face, but like these creams are doing nothing. Speaking of changing bodies and changing faces,
but they like these kids, like they also got to realize too is like they're watching somebody on TikTok or Instagram, whatever, that's using
Who's
probably
older than them?
a filter.
using a filter, getting paid to push this product. They don't use that product.
All of those things, and they're significantly older than you. Like,
right.
It's
I'm gonna
crazy.
introduce you to my friend.
Oh, hey, Mindy.
This is Mindy. Meet Mindy.
All right, hold on. You got to explain what we're looking at.
Right? I'm about to. For the listeners.
All right, go ahead.
I have a photo of Mindy.
oh my god!
And she is the proposed human of the year 3000.
Oh my god.
Got scoliosis.
So this is what we are gonna look like in the future. We're gonna have a hunchback, arch back and neck from always leaning over and looking at our phones. We are gonna develop a second eyelid that will help
block out the glare.
Filter out the blue lights. So our bodies will adapt to having our phones on our faces every day.
Man.
We're gonna have texting claw. We're always gonna have a claw where our hand anatomy is gonna change because we're always holding technology. We're gonna have a thicker skull and a smaller brain. Because we won't be using our brain because we'll be using our phones to do the thinking for us. We will become
skull and smaller.
Well, AI, which we've discussed.
Idiots.
I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom. Coffee's kicking in.
Okay.
And then
bye, Mindy.
We'll have she's on her phone. It's a 20-minute poop because she on TikTok.
Yeah.
So 90-degree elbow. It's gonna be locked there because you don't need
it. I mean, Why do I need to hyperextend when I can just?
No. And then pretty much tech neck because I forget what it said. Something about we just won't move it or something. It's crazy. It's crazy. So this has kind of led me to my own journey of like a phone detox, a dopamine detox. Because I was thinking about like I'm at the age where there's always been a cell phone, right? Because like if I was leaving the house like alone, right? I just got a car or just allowed to drive a car. I had to have a cell phone, just, because can't trust a minor. So to me, a cell phone has always been calls and text. But when we added all these apps in there, it's such a distraction.
Yeah.
And like our mind is seeking that hit of pleasure, like add a notification. Let me read some stuff. Let me follow on TikTok. Let me follow on Instagram.
Which is a good segue to make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and hit those notifications. We might as well. Yeah, we might as well do it.
That bell.
Yeah, it really. Hit that bell. Hit that like on this because it really feeds our dopamine, right? So go ahead. I continue. Sorry to interrupt you.
Our dopamine.
Yeah.
We need those views.
Make me feel good. All right.
So I'm thinking like, since I have older friends, right? So like even older than you, Jason.
Whoa, hey now.
So like I'm trying to like go off of people who had landlines, didn't have cell phones. So I like my one friend because he has his sound on, which very foreign to me. Like we're used to like not having sound on. We don't want to interrupt people.
Yeah.
But he'll place his phone in like his kitchen and he'll walk away from it for a long time, for periods of time. Like it blows my mind. How you just not keep it in your pocket 24/7?
Because he's not addicted to TikTok and all this other shit.
I know.
He just
So,
uses it as a
I'm using that as a role model because I'm like,
yeah.
okay, at that point, it's like the landline. It's in the kitchen.
Yep.
You hear the phone ring. Oh, I'm gonna go to the phone.
Good idea.
So like,
Or I'm not going to go to the phone.
Or I have a choice.
Yep.
But it's out of sight, out of mind, because like statistically, when you have a phone, even just like on the table upside down at dinner, like you're distracted, and people consider that an interruption. Just being out
it's
there.
rude. It's rude.
So like I forget what it's called on Android, but iPhone has like the focus settings where you can like do not disturb,
Yeah.
or you can have other different things. So my personal setting now blocks all notification except for
That's why I haven't got a hold of you.
exactly. Except for any phone call that comes in, it'll make noise. And then I have like my top crew of communication people, their texts will make noise. Other than that, nothing comes through. Like I have to physically open my phone to see like what's coming in my notification summary. I've even been like calling like who has notification permissions. So like things I don't want to see anymore. I've taken off like Snapchat. I've taken notifications off. I know Nicole just deleted Snapchat completely, which I'm not ready. I'm almost ready.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I mean, if you're
I did that so long ago too.
It's not tracking it, just delete it.
It's smart. I'm slowly getting in there. I'm not a cold turkey kind of gal.
Yeah,
but,
I got you.
But it's funny about iPhone.
Why did I delete it?
If I was sending too many dick pics, probably.
Wasn't it?
It wasn't enough.
Yeah, it wasn't enough. Really, is what it was.
But
I kept begging, and he kept telling me no, and I was like, "Wow, rude."
Because like your phones are designed to grab your attention, right?
Yes.
So when you take those permissions away from one program, it's gonna add another one into the mix. So like I was getting like notifications for apps I rarely use. I'm just like, wow, you're really pulling to get my attention.
Play with me.
Yes.
That's why I got rid of it, because it kept being like, I kept getting so many notifications about random stuff I didn't care about. I'm like, I need to get rid of this.
Yeah, I do miss like the old days where you had the phone on the wall, like you said earlier, right, with the kitchen, right? And it would just be in the kitchen or the living room, wherever it was. And then you would sit down as a family, eat dinner, and that phone would ring, and they'd be like, don't answer it. Right, that was
dinner.
We're at dinner. They should know it's 6 o'clock, right? Who calls at 6 o'clock, right? The parents will sit there and complain, right? And then it stops ringing. It rings again. Dad would get up, pick it up, hang it right back up. Like,
honestly, my parents did that.
It was just. I think it was just a simpler time, and then it was just an unwritten rule: you do not call after 10 o'clock. Like really, even like 8 o'clock, because that's when families would sit down and watch whatever was coming on TV, whatever day it was, right? It was just like a routine, right? Like your favorite sitcom show. I think we're missing out on a lot. Like, I think that going back to that mindset, like you're saying, we could probably fix a lot of problems.
Oh, absolutely. Because I think a lot of road rage, I feel, is people
being stupid and
they want that. Yeah, they want that instant gratification of getting where they're going, right? But they're also distracted. I'm guilty of it, but I've stopped. Like I see people watching YouTube, driving down the road. I'm like, just focus on not killing everyone else and yourself, please.
Where is this happening?
Well, I've seen people like driving
oh my God.
like this.
Yes.
Like in their face. I'm like, what are you doing? Like that is insane.
I want that phone to impale them through the face.
Oh yeah, just like a good one.
Like, I'm thinking like, how do you eliminate the phone? My end all goal is to leave the house without the phone. That's scary. That scares me.
I mean, but that's do that. And then the one time I would, shit would go down. And then I'm like, think about my phone on me.
Your car has GPS. You can print out insurance cards. You get in a crash. Hey, can I borrow your phone? Call AAA.
Like, how much convenience is too inconvenient?
Right.
Right. Where it's just like what you're saying, where, we're giving up a lot of things because, I mean, like you said earlier, where it's designed to get your attention and it's listening to you, because we can talk about whatever. Like I was talking about one of my dinners I was making. I can't remember. Oh, it was the bow tie pasta, right? And I was like, you just use Italian plum tomatoes right out of the can, chop it up. I'm just having this conversation. The next day I wake up and I get on my phone and my Google, and it's got the little articles. It says best canned tomatoes was an article. I'm like, the hell is this, right? Like, it's so crazy how it's like a drug. And you're, like you said, your dopamines, right? And how everybody's just trying to get that instant gratification and that instant likes and all that other shit, and then when they don't, and that's why we have a lot of suicidal issues, we got freaking a lot of mental health issues, especially with the youth, and they still not handle it. And I'm going to use you, Joe, as an example. You said your whole life, or not whole life, but your driving life was the same time as cell phones. So you are just so used to like it being part of like an accessory, a mandatory accessory, like your wallet almost, that like you would freak the fuck out if you left it at home.
You ever get phantom vibrations?
Yes.
Or phantom notifications?
Yes.
Like I have changed like phone pockets in the past because I'm starting to get like my leg cancer is setting in, and I was like, I need to move it over because like your brain is like, you need to check your phone. I'm gonna make you check your phone myself if the phone doesn't do it. Crazy. Yeah,
because like you feel in your legs like the little vibrate, and it's like you look to the left and the phone's over here sitting on the couch, just like, how are you haunting me? Like,
it's totally a tool for capitalism too, because going back to it's capitalism. It's a depression machine. Because like, what was that? 2 weeks ago?
Control the masses.
I visited my sister, and they had gone to Hershey Park and made some like chocolate stuff, right? And I had mentioned like, oh yeah, we used to go to Hershey Park all the time. Me and my ex, whatever. Literally the next day, I was getting ads for Hershey Park. I was like, great. So it makes it reminds, triggers memories. It triggers lack. Like, I don't have time or money to go to Hershey Park right now. Everyone else is going to Hershey Park. What is this? So it's just like this thing. It's like you need to do more. You need to buy more. You need to do more things. Your life is insufficient because you're not doing anything. Look at everything going right, and what are you doing? It's like, it's just so bad.
It's also like how you said the capitalism. It's also on the political side too, right? So if you express your views at home, your TikTok or whatever feed, you're going to get tailored more to that whatever side it is, right? So it's
Facebook during the election.
So then you just get all the angry side on whatever side you're going with, and creates more animosity and more anger towards each other, which we should be just kind of uniting, vice, just appreciate everybody's differences. But now we're so divided, it's so crazy. And I blame the phones. I blame cell phones.
I think people don't have that long-term attention anymore. I mean, we can go into like just like mental diseases in general, not having the attention, and microplastics in the food, but whatever. But it's like people don't watch movies that much anymore. It's like, I'm gonna watch a quick TikTok. I can't watch anything more than 30 seconds.
Well, like, when they were like, what was the movie that just came out recently that was like, it was Oppenheimer? It was Oppenheimer's like 3 hours, and people were complaining. No, it was Avatar. That's what it was, Avatar. And James Cameron's like, I don't want to hear you complain about 3 hour movie when you'll sit there and binge watch an entire season. Like it's just it's crazy.
You have clubs that will tell their DJs, you can only play 30 seconds of a song. You got to move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy the whole song. Like, that's crazy.
Well, I mean, if you go to TikTok, a lot of there's a lot of it's all like music and people dancing and lip syncing to it. So you figure that's 7 seconds to a minute, and that person's enjoying, or not enjoying, but the person's watching for 7 seconds to probably 15 seconds and already changing and has already been cycled through probably like 50 different songs. So they don't really know the entire song. They just know that little short 15 seconds.
And you're right. I wrote this song from my heart.
Yeah.
I made it. And like you're gonna know like the last sentence of the chorus and the beginning of the verse, and like you're not gonna pay attention to the rest of this art that I'm making.
Yeah.
But then think about like back in like the 70s when people were making concept albums, where the only reason it made sense is if you listen to that album in its entirety. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, but we listened to, I think that because the world was just, slower, obviously. I'm sure back then, the 60s and 70s, 80s and 90s, the world felt like it was moving 100 miles per hour, right? Back then for the people. But compared to now, like if you time traveled somebody from the 70s to now, like I think their brain would explode, right? Just put them on to the internet, not just the concept of the internet, but the amount of ads and the amount of information that is just constantly being pushed into your brain all the time. Like if you Google like how many ads a average human sees a day, you're gonna be fucking shocked. It's like 50,000. It's some shit of ads. Like that's how many are being processed a day. So like just having the ability like Netflix where you can watch an entire season in a day, when like I mentioned earlier, we would sit there at 8:00 and we'd watch that season, and then you had like the pause, and then you had the reruns, and then you'd wait till the new part came out, right? And it was just it was like a family event, and it was something to talk about at work on the next day. Like, did you watch the last episode of Quantum Leap? It was so good. Yeah, it was something to look forward to. I love Quantum Leap.
It was like we binge watched what's a good one? We binge watched like what's not Joe Dirt, Joe Exotic.
Oh yeah,
we all watched Tiger King real quick. We talked about that and then moved on.
Yeah, it was done.
Can I just tell you? On that subject, my dear friend Joseph decided to, because he was so obsessed with Tiger King, decided to grow his mustache beard combo out, shave it in the shape of what.
What was it? It was Joe just Exotic. Down, right? Yeah.
It was down here, and then decided to also grow his hair out. And was hanging. And this is during COVID times. Didn't know, because we're all in masks. Didn't know this was happening. And then he one day removed the mask, and I said, "What is going on with your face? What am I looking at right now?"
I was standing there. I had my mask down. We were talking. And I'm just waiting. I'm like, she doesn't look at me. She never looks at me in the eyes.
Yeah.
And finally, she's like, "What's on your face?"
What is on with your face?
So you had the Joe Exotic mustache, huh?
I had the Joe Exotic.
That's awesome.
We were wearing masks. I was like, let's go, bro.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is that just not to like digress, but my favorite thing about Tiger King is that like Joe would just nonstop quote it. Said,
I will never financially recover from this.
I call for help, not a fuck you, not a what is it. It's so good. And I sat there and I'm just like, what is happening right now? And I'm like, COVID. It's COVID.
Yeah.
So
like, yeah, such good quotes, man.
So good.
So
I love that song.
That came out when I was on deployment, and I was stuck in Saudi Arabia and Bahrain during the height of COVID, like right when it was like world shutting down. I got stuck there by myself, right? So I'm looking on Facebook and I see all these memes about Tiger King, and so I was like, let me watch this. Right? So I watched it. I was like, oh my god! So then I downloaded all the episodes so I could like give it to the people on the ship, because I knew they hadn't seen it, but they were seeing all these memes, on Facebook, like what the hell is going on, And
the best part about all of it is that Carol Baskin's husband's still alive.
Which one? The first one?
Oh yeah, they did find that.
The first husband. The first husband. They're like they
Whoa,
found
is
him.
he?
Yeah, he's alive.
So he's not tiger shit?
No, he's alive and like living in like South.
Yeah, because that's
somewhere in Mexico or some land or whatever.
So I remember they were going down there like talking to somebody about it, and
Costa Rica. That's what it was.
I did not know that.
He's fine.
Well, he's got to be old as shit now, right?
Well, he was old when they were married and older
16.
now. So Joe Exotic really started all of this over nothing.
Yeah. Remember when he thought he was going to get pardoned?
So good.
Well, that's why we got it. Never mind.
Yeah.
And then what?
There's still
Tiger
time.
King 2, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he'll get pardoned."
Yeah.
Did you watch the other little Netflix shows about that whole group of people, like the doctor?
Yes.
No.
Doctor and it's whatever. What is his name?
I forget.
That
But I
dude.
did.
That dude's wild, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That whole that whole like community of people that just have exotic animals. They have to be insane.
I love it.
Yeah, they're all wild.
Murder for hire plot, like crazy. And he's like, I'll get out soon. And I'm like, you don't just get out.
Well, like,
murder plot.
It was a setup the whole time. It's crazy, but
Yeah, so the killing the tigers and make room for big cat, like that whole there's just tiger milling these damn tigers for pictures, selling them $25 a picture, and then when it gets too big, they're like, well, kill it, get another one. So crazy.
Crazy.
That's wild.
So I enjoy when people who go to jail for animal cruelty. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah,
like,
they
do nothing but want to just live, and here you out here doing the most. So you can do the most, but in prison. Thank you. Have a nice life, dick.
Oh my!
So did it say it was confirmed that he's actually alive, or they believe he's alive? Carol Baskin.
Oh, it's confirmed. They found him and they interviewed him.
Oh, really? I need to watch this interview.
I forget where.
I wonder what he said. Like he was just like, "Yeah, bitch is crazy," and he just rolled out.
Because I think what he was, I remember correctly, someone said, or whatever I was reading, said that he like was there one day and then was gone the next. And I think what happened was, and of course that's all that whole thing, like Carol Baskin killed her husband.
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
that whole thing, and then found out like in 2019, prior to even Tiger King even coming out like on Netflix, that he was fine, just old. Like,
damn.
Then again, when was Tiger King shot? Because it came out, what, 2021?
No, it came out in like 2019, like 20. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, like, crazy. Just crazy.
You know, in prison, you can't have what? You can't have shoestrings, drawstrings. You can't have pockets, right? Isn't that true?
I think you can have pockets.
I don't know about pockets.
I don't think you have shoestrings.
Yeah, because they're afraid that you're going to hang yourself.
Or others.
Well, you know what doesn't? You know what doesn't have shoestrings and pockets?
Oh God!
Prison
are
outfits.
Are we doing a shameless plug?
The Kylie Jenner's new line of clothing, the Kais. Look, it's so plain. There's no drawstrings on the jackets. There's no drawstrings on the sweatpants. There's no pockets in the sweatpants. And it's boring as hell.
And people are just buying it up.
People love this crap.
Just a basic ass sweatpants.
It's not even branded to her.
$62
for this.
Does he have a brand on it? That's insane.
Nope.
You could literally go to like Amazon, like Essentials, buy the same damn thing for $10, like a 7-pack of them, and just say that they're KHY, whatever the hell like the title is.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So these people wear this stuff in prison.
Yes.
They buy this stuff from China for like 2 cents each.
Mm-hmm.
Because, why spend money on prisoners? But Kylie's doing the same thing. She's just taking this cheap stuff, selling it for $62. Why can't we do that?
Slapping their name on it and then selling it, yeah.
Because, we can just go to, I don't know, bobbarker.com, grab the same thing, and be like, look at my Kylie's. This is the same. Look at that. Look at that at the top.
Same exact thing. But the problem is,
no drawstring.
You're not Kylie Jenner or Kylie whatever.
Same thing. No drawstring. I'm pointing at my monitor, like you can see my finger. But it goes a little deeper than that.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Let's pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Are you trying to say that there is a, what's her name? Kylie Jenner? Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Conspiracy? Is that what you're rolling with? Are you saying there's some kind of conspiracy?
Because I might need Nicole's help on this one.
Okay.
Because we all know her sister Kim is doing work in the prisons to get people reformed and out.
Yeah.
So she's doing all this work. She's seeing all these leftover sweatshirts and sweatpants, and it's like, that's fine. Like, where do they get this from? It's perfectly good. Bitch, she's like, I can't do this, but how about you take this idea, run with it. Let's make $1 billion off of this cheap ass sweatshirt.
So you're saying, and you're saying that Kim Kardashian is doing prison work, right? She goes there, sees just a 55-gallon plastic bag full of sweatpants and shirts and shit that are just bought. She's like, hey, I'll scoop that up. Gives that to Kylie. Kylie puts that on her KHY Kai website. Sells the shit. Sells the shit for $62.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
As somebody who has purchased and will continue to purchase Kim Kardashian's clothing line, I will not slander her in this episode.
We're not slandering Kim Kardashian.
For the prison skims coming to a theater near you.
Are you buying any Kai outfits?
No, but I'm buying Skims outfits on a regular.
Are you asking me? Because I really want this cropped fleece hoodie. It's really cute.
The underwear is so comfortable. Pajamas are comfortable. I will pay the $80 for a pajama set.
Red or black.
So comfy.
Let's look and see where that clothing line, where they make that. What country has that sweatshop? Kim Kardashian sweatshop. Where's it at? Is it in Sri Lanka?
Doesn't say.
I don't have.
Well, it's not going to say on their website. Like, we buy our stuff from little 3-year-old Sri Lankans. They just sit there and pay 1 cent a day to sweatshop this stuff out, and you pay $62.
Yeah, like on the tags.
Hold on. So does the sweatshirt? Oh, okay. So that's a sports bra underneath it, and then you had the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
I would look hella cute in this.
Honestly,
And hella gay.
Well,
hello.
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
I mean, if you didn't have a clue, you certainly know
the
now.
shoe fits.
If the gay,
wait, Joe's gay?
sparkly shoe fits, yeah. You didn't know?
No, I had no idea. No idea Joe's gay.
I don't know how you didn't know.
I know.
It's not subtle.
Yeah, I know. All right. So
anyway,
I think
that's what I gotta say.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty interesting theory that you have there, that Kim Kardashian is visiting prisoners to scout out clothing items that she can give to Kylie Jenner so she can sell it on her thing to make them even more richer and separate them from the regular pawns of the country.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good conspiracy. What about you there, Nicole? You got any, since we're going down the conspiracy tree after we've gone through the dopamine, we got a few more minutes.
The only conspiracy I have is a little conspiracy that we might be familiar with is taxes.
Yeah.
That's a conspiracy.
Is it? What's the conspiracy about it? That they exist?
That they exist, and then you're taking sums of money for some, what's the word? For some imaginatory, so you don't end up in jail, right?
Oh,
literally. Yeah. And you're like,
well, us. There's plenty of people that tax evade. It's just
of course
they're rich and they don't go to jail.
Can I talk about tax evasion for a second?
Sure.
My favorite thing about tax evasion, as someone who actively watches a lot of like TV, housewife-based TV, if you're doing the tax evasions, do not go on public television, because that opens you up for so many things. Like, they're like, how did you get rich? Well, my husband has dealings in my husband and I have dealings in various things. And you're like, dealings in various things. Ring the alarm, everybody. Ring the alarm.
Audit time.
You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
they don't think they're
time.
touchable. That's the problem.
Well, that's not. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. But like, you know, you have various dealings. That could be a multitude of things. Are you sure you're being, you know, you're being taxed properly? Are you making sure you're claiming these things as you're claiming that, you know? And then 10 minutes later, the IRS, FBI is knocking on your door asking, hey, hi, how you doing? Come with us. You know, like.
What's your name? What's your name? Who's your daddy? Right.
Right.
Is he as rich as me? Yeah. So yeah, I think that. Well, I'm not looking forward to taxes. I think it's a joke, and we have to. I think taxes are required to maintain certain things, but.
And then why do I have to do my taxes? If you're already taking
if you're already taking it all year, then why am I doing more taxes? I think it's because you're
still doing them.
Because you want to make sure that you paid enough throughout the year, or maybe you paid too much.
Which is how, and I realized that that's literally it.
But they know.
They should already know.
They
Like,
know.
why is taxes such a pain in the ass? Like what you're saying is, if I set my withholdings and I do all this shit, right, and my paycheck comes out, the government takes their federal tax, the state takes their state tax, then that should be it.
And I'm like, who's like the genius who's making decisions as to how much tax to take?
Yeah.
If you and then later in the year or whatever, doing your taxes for the previous year, and you're like, you still owe money, and I'm like, well, why wasn't this done originally? So I don't have to go through this.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't.
It's
like,
so weird.
Yeah, it's
like there's a whole department for this. There's a million people working for this department, and magically I still have to pay money. Like what? You
got to pay for all their fees, all their employments and benefits. It doesn't make no sense.
And I have a bar that still owes me a 1099, and they were supposed to send it to me. They said they were sending it to me. A month later, still haven't gotten it. So I'm like, do I say screw it? I'm like, I'm not paying that.
Well, I think you can skip like a year on certain things, right? Not like file. I think you can skip a year on filing your federal taxes too, right? But
yeah, sometimes you can do that.
You can do that. You can skip a year, but they're gonna get you in the next one. But like little things like 1099s and all this stuff, like But and again, you know, like certain tax, like how much you've made profit wise. So if it's under like $600, I don't think you have to even file it. Like you'll get one, a 1099, but you won't have to file it.
But then how do you know that? Like, how do you like go through taxes and then they send you a letter in the mail? They don't teach you that in school.
No, because we don't learn anything important about finances.
No.
Until you try to buy a house.
Until you're like out set into the wild, and they're just like, and then you have all this 50,000 advertisements coming to you, and you're just like, I have money, I spend it, and then you don't realize that, like,
and you're paying TurboTax when you can get the free version of TurboTax. And
can we also talk? Oh, you know what's a conspiracy? TurboTax. Why am I paying you a fee?
I think that's a scam.
To help me pay my taxes.
Yeah.
They what's the word? They lobbied to keep it unknown for a while. It's like, oh, you can do your stuff for free. Like, no, pay us. You're gonna get audited if you don't pay it. Like,
yeah.
But they do have a free version. Like the government made them do it, but they also push the paid version. It's the same thing.
They do, because they literally ask you, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bitch. Like, let's get this ball rolling."
So, do you want to hear my conspiracy theory? I just thought of one when we talked about this now. So, and it's and then I have one that requires a little bit of homework for the viewers if you guys want to. It's not required homework, but it's a very interesting conspiracy. All right, so my first conspiracy is what's this stuff? Antivirus software.
What about it?
Okay.
So antivirus software I don't think is required. And here is my theory, right? So let's look at McAfee, the company, right? Look at the creator of McAfee. He is a scumbag. Okay? He killed his freaking neighbor, left the country, faked a heart attack, did all this crazy shit. Watch it.
Joseph, thank you. Because I don't know what he's talking about.
Watch it. He is a scumbag, right? And I think he's in jail or dead right now, but John McAfee. Oh my God. Just watch it and read about John McAfee, the creator of McAfee, right? So he's a scumbag, right? And he is his company, which I don't think obviously he's not in control anymore of, but his company and the programs that he started is pretty much the leading, besides Norton antivirus and all that other stuff, right? But here's my thing, right? So for years, when I first got my computer, I had antivirus. And every time I had antivirus software on my computer got attacked. Every time, right? Because as soon as your yearly subscription ends, as soon as it ends, it's like you get the alert pops up. You're under attack, resubscribe, right? So if you are a company that is providing a service for people to have antivirus software on a computer, how do you stay relevant? How do you stay in business? You also create the viruses that go on the computer. So it looks like you're always under constant attack, right? So I had this stuff. And then when I got a new computer, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it this time. Because every time I get a computer, I have antivirus software on my computer. And I get my computer gets trashed. Ever since I have not bought antivirus software, I've never had one issue.
I'll lie to you, and I, again, hate to agree with you about anything, but I also bought a laptop, not recently, maybe within the last couple years. And I don't think I've got antivirus software on here. I've never had a problem.
You won't. Because you got to think about it like this, right? Now, can your stuff be hacked? Right? Yeah, of course it can be hacked, right? Your stuff can be hacked when you go to Home Depot, you go to Starbucks, your information gets stolen, it can be hacked, right? Your Wi-Fi router has a password on it. It's going to be hard for them to get into it. But here's the other keynote. Who are you? Who are you? You're nobody, right? The people that are doing the viruses are writing the viruses for the cities, for government, for major corporations. They're writing the hacks to go into Home Depot, to hack their database, to get their information, do all that stuff. So who are you? So you're spending all this money, $100 a year subscription, just to get hacked by the very same company that is providing you the protection. That's my conspiracy. I think that it is, they're a scam artist and they deliberately hack your own system so they can make money.
I think definitely the pop-ups are a scam. It's a scare tactic.
It's 100%.
Yeah, fear mongering.
You get those old people that are like,
yeah,
oh no, I bought this.
And the people that don't know that they have they have a computer, they don't really understand the inner workings of a computer. They see it pops right up there, that McAfee. Oh, let me get my yearly subscription, right? And then as soon as that thing expires, here's your threats. Oh my God, they're beating down your walls right now. Your whole livelihood is at stake. So I don't have one, and I've had zero issues since I've never, I don't buy them anymore. I just won't do it. I turn that shit right off, delete it, get out of there.
Yeah. Really, if somebody, your neighbor is probably just cloning your Wi-Fi. When you sign in again, they're stealing all your passwords. But
yeah,
that's another situation.
Yeah, but you can't. That's not going to stop that antivirus. Antivirus ain't going to stop that.
That's your stupid ass making bad decisions.
Yeah, if you have some guy out in a van that has all these receptacles out there, right, receptors, and he's gathering the neighborhood Wi-Fi stuff, McAfee is doing nothing to prevent that.
Yeah,
there's nothing. They're going into your shit. So if you feel that you live in that world where you're some guys in a van that has monitors on either side, or both sides inside the back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You got a weird life.
I read on his live journal, Osama bin Laden had McAfee, but they still found him through cell phone trackers. So it's not going to help you.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and then finally, since we're wrapping it up, and I'm not going to go into deep. Just if you want to watch a good conspiracy, right? This is a shout out to Netflix and their documentary that they have on there. It's called American Conspiracy: The Octopus Murders. Go check it out. And if you want to talk about it, just hit me up because it is wild. It is wild.
We'll watch it. We'll talk about it next week.
I would love for y'all to watch it so we can talk about it because I want to watch it again because there's just so many details that are happening in there. You all please just watch it and check it out because it is
a Netflix special. They do. Netflix does specials so well.
Yeah, their documentaries are great, but they don't come out. I need more.
Oh my goodness.
Feed my dopamines.
I love a good murder doc on Netflix. So detailed. It's
serial killer ones. Watch the Night Stalker one. That's a good one.
I watched it.
Oh,
it's fantastic.
High five.
Again, we could agree with you about anything. Did you watch The Staircase?
The Staircase?
Yeah, watch that. That's
okay.
pretty good.
I'll check it out. Yeah, I like watching a good one. All right. Well, I think that was a great show.
Awesome.
Okay, I guess not. All right. All right.
No.
All right. Well, all right. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and then hit that little notification. Remember, we need our dopamine fix too, right? Even though he's trying to go on to his dopamine. What is it called? Dopamine withdrawals?
Withdrawals.
Journeys, right?
That's what I'm having.
Yeah, dopamine withdrawals, right? All right. Make sure you hit that. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. All right. Have a good one. Bye bye.
What the hell is it called?